Hey YouTube, this is D-Pyro here. I'm here to explain and show off the new Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I now run a 6 Samurai deck. The gist of the 6 Samurai deck is pretty simple. Unity. Each card gains its effect only if there's another different type of 6 Samurai monster on the field. Let me show and explain my deck. I have 2 Spirits of the 6 Samurai. 3-star monster, 500 attack, 500D. Pretty weak, but has a killer effect. What it is for those of you who do play Yu-Gi-Oh! And understand the rules and the different types, it's a union creature. For those of you who don't, a union creature is a monster that can equip to another monster, unlike spells or traps. This card gives its attack to the monster, and also, if the monster who's it's equipped to is going to be destroyed, you could destroy the Spirit of the 6 Samurai instead. Fairly good card. 2 of those. Those up there. Then we have 3 6 Samurai Yuzaras. Yuzaras are handy. Pretty good. When there's another 6 Samurai in the field, they gain their effect just like any other 6 Samurai. Its specific effect is it can attack directly. 1000 attack. Then there is 3 6 Samurai Yachis. Yachi looks like this. Alright. 6 Samurai Yachis are very simple. 6 Samurai, just like all the others, yet again, it gets its effect only if there's another on the field. When he's on the field, you can target and destroy one set, or in other words, face down spell or trap that is on the field. Then we have 3 6 Samurai Nashis. Because of its effect, when there's another 6 Samurai in the field, it can attack twice per turn. So instead of getting your 1 attack out of the monster like normal, you can attack twice. 14 attack, so that's 2,800 damage per attack. Then we have 2 6 Samurai Kimons. Come on, great card. When he's on the field, he has 15 attack, but because of the special effect, if there's another 6 Samurai in the field, he can destroy 1 face-up spell or trap. Then we have 3 6 Samurai Iarus. 1,700 attack, fairly high for the 6 Samurai creatures, but still very good. What his effect is if you have if your opponent has a face-down defense position monster, you can automatically destroy it when it attacks. Then we have the famous of all the 4-star 6 Samurais, 6 Samurai Zanji. 4 stars, 18 attack, still very good for a 4-star monster. But out of all the 4-star 6 Samurais, it has the best effect. When it's summoned, if there's another 6 Samurai in the field, once per turn, you can select and destroy 1 face-up attack position monster or face-up defense position monster. Then we get into the higher star monsters that will require tributes. You need 2 of these. This is the Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai. Pretty decent effect. Even though it's a 5-star monster, if you control 1 or more 6 Samurais on the field, you can special summon them straight from your hand. Besides that, he's not that bad. He's got a weak defense, 800, but he's got 2,100 attack. When he's destroyed by battle, you can automatically get to draw a card. Then we have the headliner of the entire 6 Samurai deck, the Great Shogun. You need 2 of them. When he's on the field, you can special summon him straight from your hand if you have 2 or more 6 Samurais. It's a very quick deck, so monsters come out relatively quick. 2,500 attack, 2,100 defense. Fairly good. One of the special effects of this creature that is always handy is, say you have him plus your 6 Samurai Yuzara on the field. Your Great Shogun, because of Sakuretsu armor or some other bullshit spell or trap, is about to destroy him. You can send your other monster to the graveyard. You take no damage, plus your monster still stays on the field. Now we get into the spells. Solidarity, a very key card for this deck. Not exactly one that you usually see in a lot of warrior decks, but I think it's really good. What happens is that if you only have one original type monster in your graveyard, say your entire graveyard is filled with machine or warrior in this case, you select that card, you select that type, which is warrior, and all other warrior type monsters that are on the field go up by 800 attack. Then we have the equip card Fury Meteor Crush. Pretty decent card, equip it to any monster. What happens is it's a damage card. Say your monster's in face down defense, when I equip this to a monster, even though your monster's in defense, you'll still take damage. Then, Monster Reborn, anyone who knows about Yu-Gi-Oh! Automatically knows what it is. Whoever doesn't, you get to select one monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Swords of Revealing Light, another one of those cards that everyone should know who plays Yu-Gi-Oh! What it does is, for 3 of your turns, your opponent can't attack, and all face-down defense position monsters on the field are flipped face-up. You can still attack, but your opponent can't. Then you need 2 of these. These are a card called the Warrior Returning Alive. You choose one monster in your graveyard and bring it to your hand. Then we have Reinforcements of the Army. Same thing as the Warrior Returning Alive, except it comes from your deck, not your graveyard. 2 Mystical Space Typhoons, or MSTs, for a lot of high players that play Yu-Gi-Oh! Fairly decent card. You get to destroy 1 spell or trap on the field. Then we get into the specifics for the 6 Samurai spells. This is called Shine's Castle of the Mist. It goes with the Great Shogun and any other 6 Samurai type monsters. Anyone who attacks a 6 Samurai type monster or the Great Shogun Shine will lose 500 attack automatically. Then we have Cunning of the 6 Samurai. I've only been able to find one of these. Anyone who knows what pack they come in, please look up my account. It's Anaconda10 at Yahoo. At YouTube. So just, if you can find it, let me know. But what it does is it's pretty much a switch. Say you have one monster on the field, but you need a stronger one, and it's in your graveyard. Activate this card, and what it does is you can switch the card that you have on the field for the one in your graveyard. Then we have 6 Scrolls of the Samurai. You're going to need 2 of them if you build the same deck as this, same line, same cards. You're going to need 2. What it does is that, if you remember the Great Shogun, first effect is that if you have 2 or more on the field, you can special summon it. Say you don't have it in your hand, but you need him out. You play this card, and you send 2 monsters on your side of the field that have 6 Samurai in their name to the graveyard, and you can special summon him, the Great Shogun, from your deck. Alright, now we're going to get into traps. I'm going to start off with just the non-specifics, the ones I can go with any deck, and then I'll get into the 6 Samurai specifics. Nullvin Catastrophe. Stops when your opponent attacks, you activate this, and it automatically stops the attack and destroys all spells or traps on the field. Defense Draw. What it does is that when your opponent attacks and you're about to take damage, you activate it, you take 0 damage, the battle phase is ended, and you get to draw a card. Sakuratsu Armor. Good card to go with any deck. Your opponent attacks one of your monsters or attacks you, you activate this, and the opponent's monster that attacked is automatically destroyed. Call the Haunted. Fairly decent card. What it does is, when you activate it, you can bring any monster from your graveyard and special summon it to the field. The problem with the card, though, is it's unlike Monster Reborn. What it does is that as long as this card remains on the field, your monster is safe. If your opponent destroys this card or the monster, both cards are sent to the graveyard. Then we have the classic, Magical Cylinders. Good card to have with any deck. What it does is, say your opponent attacks you with a high monster, say Blue Eyes White Dragon, 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. Instead of taking the 3,000 damage, activate Magic Cylinders, and as soon as the attack hits, the damage is not hit to you, but pretty much hits your opponent. So instead of you taking the damage, your opponent will. Now we're going to get to the specifics for the 6 Samurai that I threw into this deck for very obvious reasons. Breakthrough. When a 6 Samurai monster attacks, and the attack is successful, or isn't stopped, or whatever, every monster that you have on the field, besides the one that just attacked, can now attack directly. Then we have one of the ones that you don't necessarily need, but it's good to have in a 6 Samurai deck, Swift Samurai Storm. What it does is that when your opponent, after the first out of all of your 6 Samurais attack, you activate this card, and then any monster with the 6 Samurai in its name attacks, it gains 300 attack. Then we have one of the best cards for a 6 Samurai deck, Swift Strike Armor. I'm only able to find one of them. Yet again, if anyone knows what pack it is, let me know. What it does is that when you activate it, as soon as when you go to draw or when you draw a card or cards, is if you draw a 6 Samurai type monster, you can automatically special summon it straight to the field. And then the final trap for my deck is Backs to the Wall. This is an emergency card. What it does is that you have to pay all of your life points except for 100 of them. You're down to 100 life points, but then you get to special summon as many monsters as you can to your field that have 6 Samurai in its name. That's my deck. If anyone needs to know anything else or needs to know any other information about a card, let me know. My account is Anaconda10. Just search me up on YouTube. Have a good day.